Now, it's been talked about for a long time, but now Melbourne will be the first place in Australia where you must wear a mask when out in public. Premier Daniel Andrews made the announcement at the weekend while wearing one and said anyone caught not having a mask on will be fined $200. That rule comes into effect at 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday. Aged care homes in Victoria will be closed to everyone except carers, and that's not the only workplace that will be under the microscope. The government wants to see employers instigate tougher social distancing and other measures to combat the spread of the virus. Robbo, isn't this something we should have done a long time ago?
It really is, but try getting that through a country like Australia where, we've had a problem with the virus the whole time being, we understand it's here. We're not like America and think it's, a massive hoax, but we just don't like being told what to do. And can you be surprised we are a country from convicts? So we obviously don't like being told what to do in that regard. It is very intrusive, as you would think, to wear a mask. And we're also not used to it. I remember we talked about this on the show a couple of weeks ago where, we often see, and we have seen for years and years and years, a lot of Asian people who wear masks, and that's completely what they do. We haven't seen a lot of other Australians using that mask, but I think it should have been something early on. I would like to see it everywhere for just a little while. Even though it's just in Victoria at the moment, it's starting to come into Sydney, as you said. But it would be nice, I think, if everyone was like, okay, now it's time to wear the mask. You might feel like you're a bit silly in front of other people, but it's time to do it. What do you think, Rob, though? Would you wear a mask?
Yeah, I would. And I'm seriously considering it. And we were just talking about it today. I think there's been an ongoing problem. And Ben, I love the photo you put up over the weekend where you showed you and your partner, Ben, wearing the mask out in public.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good, and you're following the instructions before they become official, but you're already getting used to that world. I do think there's something to be said that even though we get too complacent in this country, everyone was ready to get out, and we see people, there are people saying, I'm not wearing a mask, I'm not going to I'm not going to pay a fine, you can't tell me what to do. Grow up, Australia. We are in the second wave of a pandemic. It is spreading fast. It's getting into New South Wales. Facts, science is not is not an opinion. Science is science. You can't have an opinion, well, I don't think we should wear masks. If you are in Victoria, you have to wear a mask, and I would happily wear one. Ben, you're there in the epicentre. What is the situation? Are you seeing most people wearing masks now?
Yeah, I think I've noticed a massive amount of people now wearing these masks. I think I said that last week. I live in a suburb of Toorak in Victoria, which means that there's a lot of elderly people that shop at our supermarket. So I think maybe that's why I saw it being adopted at a much higher number. However, I did have to go to Chadstone on Saturday. It was the quietest I'd ever seen that shopping centre, let me tell you. And every single person that was there was abiding by the same thing, which was wearing these masks. Now, I was the same as you guys. I'm like, wear a mask. And so I completely understood that. However, wearing the mask as much as I have been wearing it over the last 2 days, it is really way more uncomfortable than I thought it was going to be. Like previously wearing it as a bit of a novelty, I think, and I don't mean any disrespect with that, but I was definitely wearing it as a bit of a novelty. And then trying to communicate on Saturday, trying to buy a computer, which I needed for work, was really difficult. And I said to the guy, Joe, who works at JB Hi-Fi Chadstone, big shout out to you, Joe. He did not give me anything for free. Did not give me a single thing for free, let me tell you. But interesting enough, we were about 10 minutes into a discussion about computers and, what sort of a computer I needed. And I had to say to him, look, I have a confession to make. I have not heard a word you have said for the last 10 minutes. And he said, I've also got a confession to make. I have not heard a word you've said either. So we had 10 minutes worth of dialogue, which was just a complete waste of time. And he said to me, which was fair enough, it's company protocol that I have to keep my mask on. So I took mine down and we did the best at being able to communicate. Oh, look, and at the end of the day, I'm not great with technology at the best of times, but I don't think I understood about 75% of what Joe said, but he took my cash anyway and gave me a computer and everything seems to be okay.
It's a Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo show.